The Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral Karambir Singh, delivered a keynote address at a webinar on Marine Spatial Planning and Regional Cooperation organized by Society for Indian Ocean Studies. It was organized with a view to discuss the marine spatial planning for national development. During the event, the Chief of the Naval Staff spoke on the marine spatial planning, leveraging naval assets and expertise.
I'm glad to say that we are witnessing a period of maritime awakening in our nation. I think the correct term, especially for historians, would perhaps be maritime reawakening that is happening now. And a part of this reawakening has been kindled by our Prime Minister's overarching vision of Sagar, which is security and growth for all in the region. The vision of Sagar underscores the close linkage between security on one hand and growth in the maritime domain. And it is abundantly clear that these two aspects are interrelated and interdependent.
Marine spatial planning is a process that maps and characterizes the ocean spaces and the land sea interface to provide an actionable data to government and businesses to make informed decisions about sustainable use of oceans.
So the immense maritime potential will prosper on the back of a vibrant and robust blue economy. And I think for India, blue economy offers an opportunity to make a rapid transition from the brown economy development model that we have so far hitherto pursued. Over the past few years, the idea of marine spatial planning as brought out by Commodore Samadar as a subset of blue economy has found resonance globally. There's an increasing realization of the need to manage human activities in marine areas just as is being done on land.
Marine spatial planning, also known as MSP, is the core foundation upon which ocean use is optimized for the blue economy model of growth. According to Admiral Karambir Singh, over the past 15 years, MSP has gained considerable traction globally. He stated that around 70 countries now have MSP initiatives under implementation. Around 18 nations in the Indo-Pacific region have prepared or are preparing MSP plans at the national, regional, or local level. Of these, 9 countries have commenced implementing MSP while others are at various stages of planning.
So, as we chart a path to becoming a $5 trillion economy, our blue economy has the potential to play a significant part in it. The first step would be creation of a marine spatial plan. And being the preeminent manifestation of our nation's maritime power, as also a practitioner of maritime security, there is this intrinsic role of the Indian Navy in MSP. The Chief of the Naval Staff
dwelled on the idea of how Navy, as an enabler and a facilitator, can assist in harnessing the full potential of MSP. The Navy, by virtue of its role, is the primary security provider and also an extensive user of the oceans in the Indian context. Maritime trade, ocean exploration, fishing, ecological, hydrological, and oceanographic initiatives are linked to the umbrella of protection provided by the Navy.
Maintaining peace and security, which we do, will ensure a rule-based order at sea, which helps unfettered use of the seas. So does protecting trade routes, defense of national maritime assets and infrastructure. Maritime security operations help in controlling illegal activities and crime, including maritime terrorism, piracy, IUU fishing, human and drug trafficking. Surveillance and monitoring through relevant, timely, and comprehensive information and data collection mechanisms in the vast ocean spaces are vital for regional security. So my first point is that the Indian Navy therefore provides an overarching security umbrella, which is a fundamental for peaceful exploitation of our natural resources at sea. According to him, the avenues offered by the sea are diverse, ranging from tourism to oil exploration and from seabed mining to aquaculture. All these activities already envisaged under MSP are usually undertaken near unilaterally on a sector by sector basis without full comprehension or consideration of the effects on other sectors. And there are umpteen examples of this. The Navy, owing to its operational expanse, is an agency which interacts regularly with several agencies involved in the maritime space on a day-to-day basis, thus making it a good choice for coordination between other agencies and stakeholders in formulation of a marine spatial plan.
The essential elements of developing a marine spatial plan is ocean data collation, and the Navy has a large data inventory in this regard.
Our hydrographic capability constitutes an important building block of the blue economy. Navy's hydrographic office collects, collates, and manages the entire hydrographic spatial data of Indian waters. All this data and infrastructure would be invaluable in developing a comprehensive national marine spatial plan.
He highlighted that the Navy has the professional expertise and experience to operate diverse platforms, as also the technologies to collate varied forms of nautical data. He cited an example of Navy's experience in operating manned and unmanned submersibles and their understanding of the underwater domain that could be pulled into the MSP.
So these four aspects, I think, will help in delivering the requirements of a robust, intrinsic, multi-agency spatial plan, which will facilitate the efficient and sustainable utilization of our blue economy.
While cooperation of all stakeholders in marine spatial planning is a must for the common benefit of the region, the Chief of the Naval Staff observed that the mapping, measuring, characterizing, and monitoring of the spatial and temporal distribution of activities in ocean spaces is vitally required for the best use of our marine space.
The skill sets, data, equipment, and domain expertise required are available with the Navy, and the Navy will remain focused on contributing its experience and capabilities to support the creation of a national marine spatial plan.